Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do the collective tarot for today. Today's Friday, June 20th, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk, the Tube, the Lemonade, the Blue Sky Social, Pinterest, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Links are always in Linktree. Linktree is always in the description box. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. Whatever does not, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. If you don't feel it in the bones, it ain't for you. Intuitive City Oracle by Rob Barthelman. You can find his decks at intuitiveintention.com, My Intuitive Intention on Etsy, and he also sells his decks in the TikTok shop. They're usually, I'm not going to lie, they're usually a little bit cheaper on TikTok. I think probably because he's trying to promote his business over there. We got 2 on the table, 1 major, no reverse. Sorry for the hat. My hair is a mess. I gotta take a shower. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. So 2 things that I hate about working where I work in the summer. 1, it's hot and your panties stick to your ass all day. And 2, oh, was that 2 things? Maybe that was 2 things. 3, even though I can usually go 2 days without washing my hair, the warehouse, no. In the summer, my hair is disgusting under here right now. It's like a nasty old greasy weirdo kind of mess. Yeah. We got 3 on the table, 1 major. I figured I wear a lot of hats, so what's the difference? You guys just, oh, she's got a hat on today. Today, it's hat day. I'm uploading the collective. It was about 18, 19 minutes long. Yeah. It was a good one. I actually really liked it. It was short, but it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was a little surprised when the cards fell out and I saw what I saw and I was like, huh, is God talking to me? What you talking about, Willis? Oh, I miss different strokes. We got 4 on the table, 1 major, no reverse. This is giving off a whole different vibe altogether, too. What the heck? It's like God heard me yesterday or the day before when I was talking about readers doing all the same damn reads. He's like, you want something different? Here's something different. We got 6 on the table, 2 major, no reverse. Oh, brother. Two shuffles. 2 more shuffles. Okay. I freaking got a cut on my finger. I forgot about it. And now my cards, when I shuffled, slamming into my finger. 7 on the table. Whoa. Okay. We got 8 on the table. We Wait, did I say we had 3 major? We only have, okay, we had 2, now we have 3. I don't know if I said 3 before or not. I think because I was looking at the 2 of Cups as a major. Sometimes I do that with the 2 of Cups. Like, I know it's not, but I say it is, and then I'm like, why did I say that? Huh. So I'm not going to lie, this reading is not the most positive, but it's real. Top of the deck is 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Last Judgment, King of Pentacles. Someone's a King of Pentacles. Someone is under judgment, but this person, whoever they are, if feminine, masculine, they're under judgment, but they are really bad judging themselves. There's something there about judging themselves. Like, King of Pentacles in the upright. Like, this is someone like, upstanding, like trustworthy, honestly, is what I heard. But for whatever reason, this person did something, was a part of something, and now they're under judgment. But they also judge themselves like really harshly, whoever this is. And King of Pentacles, I mean, it could be a feminine, it could be a masculine. It's just a card. It's just an energy. Bottom of the deck is Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. It's all good stuff down there. All right. So we got 10 of Swords. I know you guys just love those little mini reads. We got Justice. I don't care. Sometimes when I look at the cards, like I don't see or feel anything. And like right now, like I just felt like an overwhelming sense of like sadness, yes, but anguish. Like somebody's in like despair. 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands. We got 2 of Cups, 2 of Cups. The fake major, as I should call it from now on. We've got the World. We've got 2 of Pentacles. And then bottom of the deck, we've got the Empress. The Empress. Now, feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. You can change the Empress to an Emperor. It's just energy. Someone is and I don't think this has anything to do with the 4 cards from the top of the deck. I don't think it has anything to do with it because I'm going to read this as a feminine. That technically was a masculine. You can flip-flop it if you want. I'm going to read it how it is. So to me, this is a totally different reading from that. But so Empress card, Empress energy, what is that usually, like a Taurus? I mean, I don't know. I don't typically like putting astrology with tarot, even though Taurus can be a very strong personality. I guess it kind of makes sense with the Empress. Although I will say that most feminine Tauruses that I've known, not motherly. I'm not going to say they're not caring and giving, but definitely put themselves above everyone else. Sometimes in toxic ways. And that's just my past experience. Whoever this Empress is, they're receiving karma with the Ten of Swords, the Justice, the Ten of Wands. Whoever this is, they overcommitted themselves to some type of love situation. It could be a work situation. I mean, take how it resonates. It's basically just being somewhere you're not supposed to be. Getting all the signs, the synchronicities, God saying, no, don't don't go to that person, don't go that direction, don't start that job, don't move into that house, right? Like, getting all those signs and then being like, nope, I'm still going to get with that person. I'm going to move into that house. I'm going to take that job, cuz people don't listen. People don't see those signs. This person, this Empress, thought that they were in the right. Like, this is someone that, like, oh no, 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 no. Like, I'm supposed to go in this direction. I'm supposed to be with this person. I'm supposed to have this job. Blah, 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 blah. When in reality, no. Like, they actually went in the wrong fucking direction. This this Empress got in this connection. Again, whatever it is, love, work, it really doesn't matter. They got in this connection. It could seriously even be like buying a house you're not supposed to buy, right? Like if you can't afford it or something like that. You could literally technically make the Two of Cups anything, as long as it's something that is supposed to either unite you with another person or unite you from within. Okay, so technically it could be anything. This person thought they were going in the right direction. They thought that getting in this connection was going to bring them the world, that it was going to be their world. And if this is a love connection with another person, this Empress thought they were going to be this other person's world. Like, like, oh, your world is going to revolve around me now. They thought that this connection was going to bring balance to their life. I just heard deep down they knew, and I heard delusional. When you deliberately ignore signs sent to you from God, and not only do you ignore them to do, you're not doing good things, you're doing things you're not supposed to be doing. Like, you're not supposed to get into this connection with this person. God's telling you not to do it, and you see it and you do it anyway. What do you think is going to happen? Like, what do you think is going to happen? That you're just going to avoid judgment, you're going to avoid karma and just go about your life footloose and fancy free? And if this person knew, if this Empress really knew, what the fuck were they doing? Like, why? Especially if this is a love connection, right? Like, you get involved with another person and deep down inside, this is not your person. This is not the person you're supposed to be with. maybe, and I'm just going to throw it out there, but take how it resonates. Maybe this Empress knows who this other person is supposed to be with, and they don't give a fuck. Well, I'm going to take them. They're mine. I found them first, or, I snagged them first, or I, snared them with some, kitchen spells, or, whatever. Gave them, I was going to say something naughty. You know what I'm saying. But here's the deal. If God has other plans for someone and someone steps in and changes those plans, you're not really going to be favored. And at some point, you're going to reap that judgment. You're going to see that karma, whether you like to admit it or not. And sometimes the karma, right? We know sometimes the karma is you getting back what you did to someone else. So, like, if this Empress took a man or a woman that wasn't supposed to be theirs, somebody's going to come in and take their man or their woman. Karma, judgment, God. Like, I don't know what else to say about it, It's pretty simple. The math is mathin'. It's like the one time the math is mathin'. Oh, pardon me. Yeah. They knew that she knew. It's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever said this before, because I don't think I've ever looked at this picture like this before. Now this is a feminine in this picture, but it again, it doesn't matter. There's all these, I don't know what they're supposed to be. To me they look like weights, almost like, like when you look at the scale and you're tipping the scales and equilibrium, right? But there's this red one up here. And to me, like, I'm getting the idea of like a control button. And this is someone trying to control a situation, someone trying to tip the scales in their favor, when that is not at all what God intended. And I'm just going to say it, when you fuck with God's intentions, ooh, baby, you better get down on your knees and pray. I think I told you guys, I just posted the collective read for the day to YouTube. And it was only about 18, 19 minutes long. Very short, very sweet. Um, very finite. Finite, okay? Very, that's it. And it very much gave off divinely guided, divine plans. And when you don't live up to that guidance, when you don't live up to those plans, when you don't finish what you start, okay? When you don't allow God to finish what he started, I know there's people out there that don't believe in karma. They don't think karma is real. They do their little hoodoo, voodoo, witch magic, kitchen spells, bullshit, whatever, to try and, keep it at bay. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. You know it fucking exists. You're trying to not have it come for you. But it's kind of funny. In the other reading, we pulled the death card. It was the first card that fell out. Death always comes for you. literally, like, everybody dies, right? We already know that. Karma always comes for you. And again, sometimes karma could be so simple, so simple. Like I said, like if this empress stole a man or a woman from another person, they're going to have someone stolen from them, whether it's this person, the next person, the next person after that, whatever. They're going to have someone that they wanted stolen from them. You could take that a bunch of ways, because if you take something from someone else and God decides to take something or someone from you, the taking could be a little bit different than what you think. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't know why people deliberately mess with the universe, God, right? Why do they do that? Why do they think they're always going to beat them and they're always going to win? Why would anybody think that? Explain it to me. And I've said this before, I've said this a million times. God sees everything. You may not think he's there, but he's there. He sees everything. I just heard this person really screwed themselves, and then I heard screwed the pooch. The other thing that kills me about these types of situations too is whoever this Empress energy is, they had a path, you know. Most people in this energy are the ones that fell off, you know. They changed course, they changed direction. They didn't listen to guidance, they didn't listen to God, universe, whatever, spirit, and they did their own fucking thing. And I've said this before too. When people think that they can just do whatever they want, be whoever they want, take whatever they want, you know, they're upsetting other people's universe. They're also upsetting their own. Because everybody comes here with a plan. Whether you know it or not, God has a plan for you. And you're supposed to live that plan. When you don't adhere to that plan, that guidance, you're really just spitting in his face. In reality, you're really just like, you know, it's like the ultimate diss. And then to think, you know, you're going to fuck up other people's worlds, you know. Pardon me. The other part of karma, too, that we've talked about before is sometimes karma doesn't hit you when it's supposed to hit you. Sometimes karma hits your kids, your grandkids. That's why there's such a thing as a generational curse, is because the karma never hit you and now it's supposed to hit your kids. That's exactly why we have generational curses. Like an example is you have a kid that gets abused. When they become an adult and have kids, the idea is to break that curse, to not be abusive to your kids like your parents were to you. And instead, this person abuses their kids. They're not breaking any generational curses. They're prolonging that karma. And then that next kid is supposed to break that. And how many generations does that go through? And that's kind of why, too, there's the phrase karma bites you in the ass. Life bites you in the ass because you were abused. You know that when you have kids, you should have put a stop to that behavior. And instead, you become abusive. So when your kid gets older and says, fuck you, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to treat me like that. You're not going to be abusive to me like that. That karma is biting you in the ass because you should have done that. You should have broke that curse, cut it off at the head, right? But you didn't. You let it go. And now your kid has to stand up to you and tell you you're an asshole and break that curse. Been there. Been there. And of course, I will say this too, the Empress energy, this technically is not someone that would be considered an Empress. If you behave like that and you knowingly behave like that and continue to behave like that, you are not in Empress energy. Of course, in tarot cards, even in oracle cards, there's only so many cards in the deck. So when this comes out, this tells me it's a feminine energy, but that doesn't mean anything because everybody has feminine, even males, right? It also tells me B, that this person should have been an Empress. They could have been an Empress, but they chose the wrong path. And you got to remember, I think this is what stands out to me the most, and I think this is really the whole point of this reading, because I keep thinking about it. This Empress, right, might have messed up their life. They might have chosen to go in the wrong direction, chosen the wrong path, ignored the signs, did what they wanted to do. The thing is when they come into contact with this other person, this Two of Cups, now you're not just affecting your own life, you're affecting someone else's and possibly more, right? And this is just an example, but let's say this Empress meets a man, okay, a masculine, and even though they know that this is not someone that they're supposed to be with, they get involved with them. And they're basically energetically bringing this person down to their level because this person isn't supposed to be with them either. This person is probably supposed to be with someone else. And if this Two of Cups person is divorced, has kids, whatever the case, a relationship, a toxic relationship, is going to affect those kids as well. It's going to affect their future as well. It's going to affect their karma as well. There's always repercussions. Pardon me. On that anticlimactic note, I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm not seeing anything else. And I could rant and rave about the same shit all day long. I said the same thing in the last reading. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope the message resonates for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. I hope you're not this Empress. I hope you're not the person this Empress was trying to get involved with. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.